Which city has the following things named after itself? A bathing soap, a type of South Indian fast food with stuffing, a variety of silk, a soft and porous sweet dish with lot of ghee, and an erstwhile State Bank subsidiary. The names are Mysore sandal soap, Mysore masala dosa, Mysore silk, Mysore pak, and State Bank of Mysuru. Nestled at the foot of Chamundi Hills and watched over by Chamundi Devi or Mahishasuramardhini, the city of Mysuru is one of the most beautiful, ecologically most balanced, and tourism-wise most abundant locations in India. During India 360, Mysuru was one of our most enjoyed cities in India. This was enhanced by the fact that we were at Mysuru right during Navratri and Dassera, when the city is a potpourri of fun fairs, performances, flower fests and food fests. The name Mysuru comes from Mahishasuramardhini, which means the slayer of the buffalo demon. There is a popular Hindu mythology that says that Mysuru was tormented by Mahishasura or Mahisha-asura or the buffalo demon. The grand way in which Mysuru celebrates its Navratri and Dassera, revering goddess Shakti, stands testimony to this story and etymology. Later, Mysuru was ruled by the Wodeyar rulers for 6 centuries from 1399 until the time that India became a republic. During the late 1700s, Mysuru was briefly seized by the Sultanate from across the river when Tippu Sultan held Srirangapatna as his capital until his death in 1799. The modern-day Mysuru was envisioned by King Chamarajendra Wodeyar X, who set up the Mysore Zoo, the present municipal office, several colleges, schools, and industrial training centers mainly dedicated to the sandalwood industry. The Wodeyar family still lives in Mysore Palace today, but they are no longer the rulers after the Treaty of 1950, when Mysuru ceased to be a kingdom. Mysuru was the headquarters of the Mysore Presidency for a while. Then the formation of Karnataka state and the shifting of headquarters to the cantonment city of Bengaluru turned Mysuru from an administrative headquarters to Karnataka's cultural hub. During the British rule, the spelling of the city was anglicized to Mysore, as it is still unofficially referred to today. In 2014, the official name was restored to Mysuru, an exact representation of the Kannada spelling. Mysuru is at the foot of Chamundi Hills and is on the southern bank of Cauvery river. The Krishnarajasagara dam holds the river in Mandya district, about 16 kilometers from Mysuru city. To the south of Mysuru, beyond Chamundi Hill, is the Eastern Ghat mountain range. These are mountains ranging from 1500 to 2000 meters in altitude with an evergreen tropical forest. The forests are famous for sandalwood and several medicinal herbs. To the west of Mysuru is the coffee growing district of Coorg or Kodagu, which lies on the western Ghats. Mysuru is about 100 kilometers from both the Kerala and Tamil Nadu borders. It is about 150 kilometers southwest of the state capital, Bengaluru. Let us take a tour of the best places in Mysuru. Commissioned by Krishnarajasagara Wodeyar and used by the royal family, the Mysore Palace was built in 1897. The Mysore Palace is the centerpiece of a city which is architecturally exemplary. Part of the Mysore Palace is open to public. The interiors of the palace showcase high ceilings, tall pillars, cavernous hallways, and an excellent collection of art. Part of the art is the typical woodwork that Mysuru is famous for. Ceilings have patterns made of natural dyes. All pillars have woodwork and carving. The door lintels and frames are beautifully carved too. Plenty of silverware is showcased in glass enclosures. At 7 p.m. every evening, the lights on the exterior of the palace are turned on. The sight is gorgeous. This is the only palace of the three in Mysuru where public photography is allowed. The Lalita Mahal Palace is the second of the three famous palaces in Mysuru. Lalita Mahal is right at the foot of Chamundi Hills. Similar to the Mysore Palace, the Lalita Mahal Palace showcases the artistic taste of the Wodeyars. There are grand marble staircases with balustrades covered with art. The walls are decked with paintings and Mysuru woodwork. The ceiling is covered with patterns made from natural dyes. The Jagannath Mohana Palace is very close to the Mysore Palace. It is now exclusively an art gallery and has 2 floors of exhibits. The best work in these galleries are done by the legendary Raja Ravi Verma of Travancore. This is the city's convention place and gathering spot for large public shows. The town hall is used by the city for special occasions. Public celebrations such as the sound and light shows during Navratri happen here, using the building's large facade as the screen for projections. The town hall is also officially called Rangacharalu Memorial Hall. To the south of Mysuru city, the road ascends steeply up Mysuru's oldest landmark, the Chamundi Hill. At the top of the hill is the temple dedicated to Chamundi Devi, the one known as Mahishasuramardhini, the slayer of the buffalo demon king who oppressed the people of Mysuru. The temple draws pilgrims from all over Karnataka and even across the border from Tamil Nadu and Kerala. At the center of the township, on the top of the mountain, is a statue of Mahishasura with his sword. Halfway through the climb is a viewpoint that overlooks the city of Mysuru, from where one can see the palaces and several famous landmarks. Started in 1892 by King Chamarajendra Wodeyar X, Mysuru Zoo is the oldest zoo in India and also the largest. The collection of animals is staggering. Mysore Zoo also has an innovative program of seeking lifetime sponsors for each of its animals. Individuals have pledged annual support for certain animals in the zoo, thus adopting an animal. This program keeps the quality and the upkeep of the zoo in excellent condition. The rarest exhibit at Mysore Zoo is a bonobo ape, which is one step below human beings in the evolution chain. The Brindavana gardens are not exactly inside Mysore city. They are 16 kilometers to the north of the city on the southern bank of the Cauvery river. The Brindavana gardens are India's oldest curated botanical gardens. They are built on the leeway of the Krishnarajasagara dam in Mandya district. The garden complex has sprawling lawns with walkways, an aquarium, a glass house, and several gaming complexes. There is also a resort named the Royal Orchid just outside the gardens. Dr. Salim Ali Bird Sanctuary at Ranganathitta, Mandya district, is a bird spotter's heaven. It lies off the road that leads to Brindavana gardens from Mysuru. There is a walkway right by the Cauvery river after going through the entrance. There are 2 side towers on the walkway from where one can spot birds. Then there is a boating point where one can get tickets for boats that take us into the river and right by the trees where various birds roost. There are also crocodiles resting by the shores of the river islands. If you are lucky, you can even see some of them swimming in the water very close to you. Mysuru is one of the best places to be in India during Navratri and Dassera festival. Several places in the city rise to the occasion. The Kala Bhavan, Mysuru Palace and the exhibition grounds across the palace become venues for various cultural performances, floral exhibitions, food courts and processions. The road between Banni Mantapa ground and Chamundi Hill is reserved for a huge performance procession, the climax of which is the jumbo or elephant procession that carries Chamundi Devi's idol in a parade across the city. Mysuru is well known for its delectable food palette. There are items so typical of the city that they are named after the city itself. Mysore masala dosa is by far the tastiest delicacy you will eat in Mysore city. But there are several other snacks such as Mysore bonda, medu vada, masala vada, akki roti, which is a roti made of rice similar to Maharashtra's bhakri, avalakki dosa, which is dosa made of poha, hesaru dosa, which is green dosa made of moong similar to Andhra's pesarattu. For idli, you should try mallige idli, which is a soft and delicate idli. Mailari's on Vishwamanava Double Road in Kuvempu Nagara is one of the best for the choicest South Indian delicacies in Mysuru. While in Mysuru, you should forget about tea and always have fresh filter coffee. Mysuru gets its coffee from the neighboring Kodagu district, where coffee is the star crop. Filter coffee in Mysuru is excellent anywhere you go, be it the upscale restaurants near Mysore Palace or the small coffee joints on Chamundi Hill near the temple. If you are looking for a non-caffeinated beverage, then you have an extremely delicious choice. Almost every place that makes coffee also makes badam milk. This is made by heating up milk, mixing into it a sachet of instant MTR badam milk mix. The mix is made of powdered almonds and cardamom. MTR is a very popular brand in Karnataka. Mysuru is a well-connected city in India. Here are some options to reach Mysuru. The Mysuru airport is a hub within Karnataka and has connections to all the major cities in India. Most frequent connections are to Bengaluru, Hyderabad and Kochi. Flights to Mumbai, Chennai and New Delhi are also aplenty. Mysuru Junction is an important railway station in Bengaluru division of Southern Railways. Trains of all kinds including Duronto, Shatabdi and Humsafar travel to Mysuru. Mysuru's bus depot has buses to all over Karnataka, Kerala and Tamil Nadu. State buses from all three states either terminate at or pass through Mysuru. The best way to reach Mysuru is via Bengaluru. The Bengaluru-Madduru-Mysuru highway is a breeze, allowing you to traverse the 150 kilometers between the two cities within 2 hours. An alternative route to use during monsoon is the Bengaluru-Shivanasamudra Somanathapura Mysuru route, where you get to see the Shivanasamudra waterfalls formed by the Cauvery river. If you are driving from the western districts of Karnataka, then a good highway to use is the Shivamogga, Chikamagaluru, Hassan, Javagal, Arsikere, Shravanabelagola, Srirangapattana, Mysuru route. This route is extremely historic with some of the best Hindu temples and Jain temples constructed during the Hoysala dynasty. This is the highway we used during India 360. If you are driving from coastal Karnataka, Goa or coastal Maharashtra, a beautiful route you can use is the Mangaluru, Putturu, Subramania, Madikeri, Hunsuru, Mysuru route. Madikeri is the headquarters of the Kodagu district. The Ghat roads between Subramania and Madikeri is full of waterfalls during monsoon. Mysuru has an excellent city bus service and state bus service. The bus station is right outside Mysore Palace. There is no concept of local trains or metros yet. Auto rickshaws are also a great option. However, the residents of Mysuru have it extremely lucky. If you are in Mysuru for at least a month, then you can get a smart card to give you access to trains. These cute sounding things are corporation-owned bicycles that can be picked up from several train paths around the city. The bicycles are chained to posts and can be unlocked by using the city smart card. The smart cards are prepaid and you will be charged for the time for which you use a bicycle. Once you drop your bicycle off at any trin pad in the city and lock it in place, you need to place your card on the dock's smart card slot. The tariff, equivalent to the time for which you hired the bicycle, will be debited from your smart card. Hires up to half an hour are free of cost. Mysuru is excellent when it comes to picking up souvenirs. There are so many things unique about the city. Pure sandal and soaps made of sandal, for example the famous Mysore sandal soap, and plenty of other local brands can make excellent souvenirs or gifts. While you cannot carry Mysore masala dosa or Mysore bonda back home with you, you definitely can get a box of Mysore pak. MTR and Maya packaged snacks are also an excellent choice. If you really want to push your limits, then you can go for a piece of Mysore woodwork portrait. Mysore woodwork is a unique form of portrait making that involves no paint. A scenery is made by sticking thin wood chips of different colors on a base wooden board. For instance, rosewood is used for red colored areas of the portrait, ebony for black, and so on. The effect is very artistic. Mysuru is a city hard not to fall in love with. It is architecturally beautiful. It is close to nature with hills and trees. Beautiful destinations like Coorg, Ooty and Wayanad are within 3 hours away. The city is modern and always up with the times, but it has consciously refused to grow too fast like Bengaluru, Mumbai or New Delhi. The concept of trins is simply genius. For us, Mysuru was love at first sight and one of the cities we would consider moving to for a few days if we ever get tired of Mumbai.